Hi, and welcome to the TCA Band End of the Year Concert for 2021. Whether you watched us live and now you're watching the recording again, or this is your first time viewing this recording, we're happy that you're here to listen to the band. I hope you all enjoy the performance. The piece you just heard was Regal March. It's out of our book that we learned to play our instruments from, the Standard of Excellence book. It's a great little arrangement. If you were here for the Christmas concert this year, you heard us play Jingle Bells, and Regal March was arranged by the same person and written by him as well. Now this is a great piece to kind of start the band off, so many of our beginners, this is a great piece for them. Now our next piece we're about to go into is a piece called Be Still My Soul. It's a great hymn, and it's based on the Finlandia hymn, which was written by Gene Sibelius. Now, Sibelius was a very interesting person at an interesting time. You'll notice it's called Finlandia, and as you might be able to guess, it's from the country Finland. Now, it was at a very tough time in that country's history where the Russian Empire had a lot of censorship, and the people of Finland wanted to be able to be a sovereign nation and wanted to be able to speak about their nation. So they had a lot of troubles, and Sibelius wrote this piece, Finlandia, to celebrate Finland with many Finnish folk songs, and then he wrote the Finlandia hymn, which was at the end. Now, many great Christians heard this hymn, and they wanted to rewrite the words to praise God. So you might have heard, I Then Shall Live, or Be Still My Soul. So this is an arrangement I made for the middle school band, Be Still My Soul. Now that was a great performance by the TCA middle school band. And Tavon there on trumpet was playing a solo, so great job to Tay there. Now, before we move on to our final piece for middle school band, I'd like to take a moment and recognize two groups of people. In middle school band, we have many new students for the band program. Now, some of them were in 6th grade band last year, which was a little tough with all the COVID stuff and dealing with going online at the end of the year, but there were a few students that were able to stick with it and start to learn their instrument in 6th grade band last year, even if it was only for a few months. So first, I'd like to recognize them. Now for middle school's final piece this evening, we have Leaving. Now Leaving is kind of a silly name, but every year I allow the students to do what I call a fun piece. As long as we work hard on the pieces that I want them to work on, I let them choose a piece for the end of the year concert. So Caleb, one of our clarinet players, nominated this piece, and after some voting, it ended up winning. And this is from a TV show that many of the students have enjoyed, and the class voted for it, and we changed the name for copyright reasons. So here is Leaving. Up next, we have something special. We have a few students performing some solos. Now for our first solo, we have Javian, who's its first year on tuba, and he will be playing the Spartan, accompanied by our very own, our trombone player, now on piano, Nathan Butterton. So here is Javian and Nathan playing the Spartan. Next we have Ian. Now Ian's a senior, and on saxophone he's going to be playing a piece of music from something a little bit different. He'll actually be playing music from a video game. Now this is a video game that came out back way when I was in 9th grade, and many of you may be familiar with this video game. It's being updated even until today, So here's Ian playing Sweden from Minecraft. Up next, we have Tyler Smith. This is Tyler's second year on trombone, and he will be playing Anything Goes. Up next, we have Nathan coming back to the stage, and he will be playing In the Hall of the Mountain King, being accompanied by Pastor Josh on piano. Now, Nathan has been working very hard on this piece, and he sounds awesome, I gotta say. And many of you might not be familiar with the title, In the Hall of the Mountain King, but I'm sure once you hear it, you'll say, ah, it's that piece. It's been featured in many different TV shows, commercials, movies, and once you hear it, you'll recognize it. So here's Nathan and Pastor Josh playing In the Hall of the Mountain King. Up next, we have our high school band coming to the stage. Now you'll notice they're quite a small group. Last year, about half the band was seniors, and this year, again, half the band is seniors. 2 of them will be graduating. But they've been putting in a lot of hard work this year, and you'll see, it really shows, and you'll hear it as well. Now this small group of people, we've been able to put together a few pieces for you, and next year, as you saw with middle school band, with the size of them, we're going to continue to grow every year, and eventually we'll have a very large high school band. I'm very excited for that. But high school band's first piece is another hymn, In the Garden. So here's high school band playing In the Garden. Now before we get to our final piece of the evening with high school band, I'd like to recognize our 2 seniors. So first, here we have Ian. Now Ian Smith Basunda has been in band since we brought it back. So he's been in band for 3 years now. And he's been working very hard on playing his saxophone, and he's grown a lot over those past 3 years. Now Ian will be going to Stetson University to study muscles and the whole science behind that, and he plans to do some great things there. Next we have Dustin. Now Dustin Rush is very interesting because he actually started playing tuba about a year and a half ago, so he's been playing for not very long at all. And I always tell Dustin, hey Dustin, you're playing at the level of a 12th grader, that's awesome. And he always says, well, of course, I'm in 12th grade, but I'm like, Dustin, you don't understand. You should be playing at the level of an 8th grader because you've only been playing for a year and a half. But Dustin takes home his tuba every single weekend, and you see how big that thing is. So he's been putting in a lot of practice, and he sounds awesome because of it. So Dustin will be going to Daytona State to study software engineering. So that is very cool, and I'm very excited to see these two grow up and go off to college. I'm sad to see them go, but happy to see them go to achieve great things. Now for our final piece this evening, we will be playing what I call Crimson Creek. Again, this is high school's fun piece, just like middle school had one. And it's based on a TV show that a few of the kids got me watching, and they've been watching themselves. So I actually nominated this one, and then it won the class vote. And again, name changed for copyright reasons. But here is our final piece for the evening, Crimson Creek. Enjoyed our end of the year concert. It's been great to see all the students grow throughout the year, and I can't wait until next year as the band continues to grow and continues to flourish. I hope you all have an awesome summer, and I can't wait to see you next year.